Hello and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4. I am Lord Forwind here, playing as the struggling Portuguese Empire. We're having a little bit of a rebel issue, as one might notice. We are massively overextended. I think we hit like 360 or something overextension. It is going down slowly, just not fast enough, and we have 103 some odd rebel stack sitting around my land, which is also a bit of an issue. So this episode's probably going to be mainly concentrated around trying to squash rebellions left and right. Japan is revolting, annoyingly. I was hoping they wouldn't, but they are. Yeah, so we're going to have some issues. But hopefully, if I can keep it going, keep killing the stacks, we can actually preserve our empire. And if we can preserve our empire, then we've pulled off an amazing job, because what we took was a ton of very valuable land. I'm going to try and stop the Portuguese particulars from revolting again, though. Don't want more than one revolt to that if we can help it. That's got a fort, so it should reoccupy already. So don't expect too much interesting commentary from this episode, essentially. That's what it boils down to. I'm going to be rather busy squashing separatists, assuming I can preserve our empire. 9% towards conquering my kingdom. Oh, that is horrifying. This is going to be rough. If my empire gets broken for this, I'm going to be really angry. Oh well. It would be an appropriate end if because I've gotten a little over ambitious. Stop right where you are. That's not going to be good. Korean separatists. 35% towards breaking my country. That is not good. $240. I might actually spend some of this military power to control it for the moment. Try and prevent a couple more revolts from snowballing on me. The other option, and I might take it, is try and get a advisor stable. Yes, this guy. Try and control some of this unrest. It's not going to end well. Rebels, rebels everywhere. They're slowly pushing the rebels back in some areas and losing in others. We're missing so many troops. Do that. And oh, this is going to be really rough. Oh, darn, that wasn't what I wanted to do. To automate some of this, not automate it, manually do a lot of it just to keep it under control. These stacks are the problems, the 154,000 stacks of rebels. Not to mention all of Central Africa is a bit of a mess. %40 of my country now occupied by rebels. Rest is going down slowly, the overextension. Really? You guys are so fixated on winning battles now. At least once you beat the rebel armies, they disappear permanently. Is a small benefit. Come on, take the fort. No luck. No luck at all. Died in Zumbo. Where's Zumbo? These guys. Oh, okay. That's fine. Not the most valuable of my generals. Oh. Gotta remember to core this stuff up here. Holding on to this empire is... I was a little overly aggressive, wasn't I? And I'm paying the price for it. I have no idea how I'm going to smash this 54,000 Spanish rebels in Spain. That's going to be tough. I'm still converting provinces despite all this mess. Oh my. They've hit me with 74,000 there. And I won that. Wow. Okay, that was lucky. Now Stacy's Kyoto. As long as I can take out the strong armies and consolidate my reoccupy the territory, smash the large army, reoccupy the territory, I should be reasonably okay. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Are there separatists in Brunei? Yes. Okay, so let's stop them. I'm out of military power. Okay. Now it gets harder. A lot harder. Oh, France? No, Buganda. Oh, that looks like it's the same color as France. That's weird. Okay, what are we down to? 215. Long way to go. And we're gonna beat this stack here somehow. Morale for the win, I guess. And of course, none of my colonial nations are helping, which I'm not surprised about. So. I've got to subdue this region still, which isn't going to be easy. Come on. Come on. There we go. To there, to there, to there, to there, to there. When in doubt, take out the big armies and work your way down to the smaller ones. And hopefully your armies can reinforce fast enough. $200 overextension, so things are slowly going down. How bad am I occupied? Oh, we're actually managing to control some of this unrest. Somehow. Thank goodness for all the random forts I had sitting around my territory. I'm impressed how much trouble I've managed to get myself into. I'm quite impressed, actually. I've managed to create an absolute nightmare for myself. Oops, one of my generals died. Huh. In the middle of an engagement, apparently. That'll occupy there, that'll occupy there. These guys need to march way north. When in doubt, rely on mercenaries. Okay, hopefully once I combine these two armies together, we can move up and take out 103,000 stack there. Then I can move on to those two, and then that will be Europe secure somehow. Africa is mostly, Central Africa is mostly under control, or was, till that happened. But well. Asia is not so stable, unfortunately. Good general, though. Well, at least the rebels are not going to break my country. It's just a matter of stopping any of them getting full separatism. And actually having manpower to rebuild my armies, which I don't have. Guess I gotta talk to nobility. Either that or start a little fight against a tiny little country in the middle of nowhere to get more manpower coming in. Let's do allies, just to make sure I keep the Ottomans and England on my side. Okay, that's marching there, that's marching there. I'm actually quite impressed that Madagascar didn't revolt on me. That is unbelievable, in my mind. So far, at least. Wouldn't put it past them to revolt now that I've said that. Okay. We have a free merchant somewhere here, so I should distribute them. Here, I guess. Transfer more trade power to me, or more money to me. Some of these separatist rebels are like not going in good places. It's kind of weird. So Tome, for example, is not the best place in the world to have a massive rebellion. But so that's what's gonna happen. See, here's a slight advantage. Since I don't own all this land, they're all fighting each other. Okay, take you out. We've almost actually subdued Japan again. Because we can win fights heavily outnumbered. This is why you take morale above most everything else. Because the morale works really well against rebels. Discipline does too, but morale helps a lot for this type of rebels. Okay, and then we've got a couple sieges there, and then we should be stable in that region. Not going to be able to repress Brunei. Can't repress Yemen either. Keep going. To there. Why? Strange. There's Brunei. Well, we've almost subdued Japan, then we'll go after Brunei, I guess. How over my force limit am I? Not at all. I love single regiments of mercenaries to take out rebel-held provinces. Wonderful when that works. Especially because as they lose troops to attrition, they just get it back because they're mercenary units. That isn't good though. that all of them coming back to try and take me out. Okay, and they're going to attack me and lose, which is wonderful. Let's try get some more coring done. We're down to 164, so those got a ways to go, but not as bad as it could be. Taking Indonesia is going to be a pain. Or rather, retaking Indonesia is going to be a pain, but whew, somehow we're battling back from our immense problem we wound up in. Still don't have good manpower income though. I don't think there's any way for me to take manpower. I could press sailors into work. I can't press soldiers into work. Still, 1,000 a month, 26 months, my army should technically be rebuilt. Of course, I'm going to be losing more troops, but... $147. Actual rebelliousness of the Empire is almost under control. This province, for some reason, stayed loyal the whole time. Okay. Somehow Europe is secure for now. And we've got about 2-3 more battles in Africa to subdue, and then a lot of battles in Indonesia. Thank goodness for gold mines, right? Funding half of my empire off gold mines now. Okay. On to Brittany, then. As I said, I don't really care about peasant rebels. It's more the separatists who are problems. Retaking Yemen's not going to be fun. Speaking of other things, though, we don't even have any of the institution yet. On the other hand, we've squashed enough revolts that this whole area is stable. Trying to figure out a productive way to keep my troops from getting trouble. Why is one of my missionaries just endlessly stuck doing nothing? Ah, Graz, that's why. Question was bugging me, what were they up to? And the answer was trying to convert a province that was unconvertible. Oof. Well, somehow we are surviving. Don't have a general in charge of you. Since we're not going to face any revolts, I can put it to drill. I mean, we were going to face most of the revolts we've ended up fighting, regardless of how much land I took, because I took a lot of fetishist lands, but certainly going better the way I've done it. It could have gone better than the way I did it. They're going to attack me, which is actually as perfect as can be. There, you're going to there, you're going to there. 44,000 manpower in debt. Okay, Japan is mine for now, except for northern Japan. Let's see, is anyone going to get independence? Kilwa, Adal, no, they're all getting under control. I think somehow we've almost managed to stabilize things. Except for right there. Gotta love the naval barrage. Okay, that's stable. I might just do that. Okay, what's next? That's almost stable. We're gonna have to retake the Japanese islands and then of course take all of Indonesia. Oh, delightful. Luckily, Yemen should be easily subdued. Speaking of overextension, we are still overextended. But not by an overwhelmingly large amount. Stable, 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 stable. Drill, drill. March up to there. Move you to there. Train, I don't know. Handful more of these. There we go. More transport fleets the better, seeing as keeping our empire stable is not my strongest suit right now. Okay. I'm amused some places like here did not rebel. It seems like they would be the first places to rebel. Can you believe this has only been 6 years since the institution spawned and somehow we're still stable? This whole rebellion has taken place in like 3-4 years. And now my ruler died. Great. And then is a terrible heir to the throne who will be disinherited immediately. Let's see if I can mess around in the HRE a little bit though. I want to see if I can force anyone to swap their religion back, which is unlikely, but I might be able to force Dithmarchin to do something like that. We're still defender of the Catholic faith, by the way. We've held that position now forever. Or seemingly ever. Ooh, 111 concert. Eruption of Mount Fuji. I guess it doesn't matter if the Japanese hold Mount Fuji or a European holds Mount Fuji. Okay. On to Hokkaido. Take out that region. $47,000. Still a long way to go. At least we're getting a little bit of drill coming in. I'm actually wondering how much of my army is actually mine and how much is mercenaries. Can you tell me? I have 34,000 normal troops and 121,000 mercenaries. Yeah. Trade empires run on mercenaries. And I'm no exception. Now I'm getting all the negative stability event, overextension events now that I've squashed the vast majority of my overextension. Feels very strange. Obviously we still have quite a ways to go, but not as bad as it could be. Have lost some absolutism though. No, I need to, unfortunately, I have to keep the nobles happy. Okay, that should be Japan controlled. Or not, because apparently now Hojo separatists are going to revolt. But that's fine. I don't mind having another one or two small rebellions. Especially if they revolt in areas where my armies are. Of course, it doesn't help if England keeps calling me to arms. However, being in a war does mean that not only can I get stuff from the Pope eventually, but also my allies will squash some of my rebels for me. Assuming they actually land troops in the area. And the enemy will squash the rebels in Indonesia for me. See how goes the conversion of Africa. Long way to go. Okay. I really should stop this here, but I want to kind of go until at least I can rest easy that the empire is stable. Oh, what's happened? Oh, courting country. Not what I want. Okay. You. Actually, rather you do that. We are going to be attacking across the strait. Might as well bring as many troops as we can. Come on. Well, that's all merged together. I don't know where the Hojo separatists are going to revolt. All I know is the Hojo were in this region, so probably right there. There then. We actually want to trigger the revolt if we can, so we can stop it. That's fine there, that's fine there. And we have taken the strait of whatever this Bab el-Mandeb. I'm going to call it the Strait of Aden, because Aden is right here. Not accurate, I know, but... Okay, that should be Yemen resubdued. Yemen is subdued, Africa is subdued, Japan is mostly subdued. Actually, while I wait for those rebels to pop up, let's go retake out Korea. And somehow we still have a ton of money out of all of that. and only 45,000 manpower in debt. I don't understand why the game chooses to reinforce some armies over others. I really wish I understood all of that. Because it definitely does. Okay, with the subduing of the Yemeni rebels, Africa is mine again, Europe is mine again, Indonesia and Japan are slowly falling under my control. Gotta retake Ryukyu, I think how you say it. Don't know for sure. And actually, you know what? Let's just see if I can. They're not really that rebellious, so let's just harsh treat them. The only reason anybody is really rebellious right now is because I'm still overextended. But that's going to go down a fair amount. Oof, the endless conversion of Africa. Oops, where are these rebels? Oh, Tlemcen. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. They're right there. Okay. Let me just quickly squash those, and then I think we'll stop. Because this is going way too long, and if you've watched this far in one sitting, well done. I did not intend for this to go nearly this long. Not in the slightest. Honk. There you go. Just want to make sure I don't somehow miss and lose a province that I should have kept. These guys being particulous rebels are not the biggest problem, but why let them survive, right? We need 100 papal influence to get a stability before court and country fires in 2 years. I don't know if we're going to pull that off. But getting court and country on top of everything else would just be awful. That should be the end of that revolt. It's definitely the end of the revolt in Japan. And now on to Indonesia. Pretty much focused is Brunei and everything else. Okay, that's a safe spot to have that army drill. Get you to drill. We wasted 20 drills subduing this uprising. So we got to get it back somehow. I did not manage to core that province, darn. Okay. Oh, I already started, but I didn't continue yet. Rebels prevented the coring from going further. Okay. We have 61 regiments around with this army, which is a nice amount, but I do need more. Okay, I think we're going to stop here. We've managed to subdue all but 2 rebel groups at the moment, I believe. Kilwa, where are you? Oh, Zanzibar. Really? Zanzibar? Okay, let me just quick solve that issue. Sorry. Didn't see Zanzibar was occupied. Considering how small it is, you can't even see if it's occupied. Does it even have a... It doesn't even have a black line. Oh, it does have one black line across it. Typical. We do need an heir. At some point. Hey, one of our colonies is done. Interesting. Really should try and cut off the US, shouldn't I? And I was right, Brunei did waste their time and effort attacking me. Despite being heavily outnumbered, morale carries the day. Because they get the same, roughly, discipline as I do. Okay. Reporting country has stopped because we're not, because we actually have no unrest. And with the subduing of Zanzibar, our rebels who are going to get independence are gone. So, on that note, that will be it for this episode. That was an amazing amount of uprising. We are now ridiculously developed. Although our subject development kind of fell. Weird. Okay, well, all our lands are friendly and willing to stay loyal. The US, unfortunately, keeps colonizing, which is offending it. Oddly enough, the US is being ruled by the De Castro dynasty, which is hilarious if you know your American relations with Cuba. And Vijayanagar is having some trouble. Spain has been kicked out of Europe pretty much, so I don't care about them. Next thing we're probably looking at is a war against France or, and I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do next. Still can't solve the Jesuit mission issue. I should probably take over the Hormuz region, get Muscat and everything. And then its expansion into India. So maybe we'll actually attack Vijayanagar or the Spanish Bengal region because they're collapsing. So that's it from me. If you guys have any advice or any advice on what I should have done to do this better, by all means offer it. I'm more than interested. And I'll see you guys all another time. Bye for now.